Be in the know with unlimited access to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. Our in-depth coverage of all things business means you'll always be completely in the know. Subscribe for just $1 a week. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Friday, May 29th. 2026. I'm Gary Dick. The Indiana Association of Realtors is reporting that statewide home sales had their biggest April since 2022 and that more listings hit the market than any single month in nearly 4 years. The association says sellers who may have put off moving plans in 2023 or 24 have seen friendlier market conditions over the past 2 years, with lower mortgage rates and moderating prices. Indiana University has selected Dr. Scott Bowden to serve as the next dean of the IU School of Medicine. Bowden, who has worked for the past 34 years at Emory University in Atlanta, will become the 11th dean of the medical school when he officially joins IU September 8. Amazon Web Services is continuing its push for major data center development in Indiana, with plans for a $7 billion project in northwest Indiana. The tech giant wants to build the facility on a 300-acre site near Wheatfield, owned by Maryville-based Northern Indiana Public Service Company. The Wheatfield project is the third data center development that Amazon has proposed in Northern Indiana. The company has invested $11 billion in a data center in New Carlisle near South Bend, and announced last November it would invest an additional $15 billion to build new campuses in northern Indiana, including one in Hobart. Kokomo-based environmental services company Merrill Brothers is expanding its presence in Howard County. The company plans to invest $16.5 million to add 40,000 square feet of space to its Kokomo headquarters and create about 35 jobs by the end of 2028. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Southwest Indiana is essential to elevating Indiana's future. Explore how IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana are bringing a bold vision for regional growth at Innovate Southwest Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Join Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders in Evansville for a conversation on growth, workforce development, and innovation. We'll be at Ridgeway University Center June 9th. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Indiana is leading a coalition of 13 Republican states to support the U.S. Department of Labor's proposal to increase the minimum salary an employer must pay a foreign worker.
The proposed rule would require employers to pay workers in the H-1B visa and program electronic review management systems up to 33% more on average than the salary of similarly qualified U.S. workers. That's according to a recent analysis by the National Foundation for American Policy. This means the change would likely price foreign workers out of the U.S. labor market, of which they comprise about 19% in 2025, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. The attorneys general, led by Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita, say the current immigration system encourages U.S. employers to import cheap foreign labor over American workers. According to Rokita's office, the current system also has legal deficiencies because it was implemented without proper notice and comment rulemaking. Rokita's office said in a statement Thursday that the proposed rule would make the H-1B program, quote, more consistent with its original purpose of allowing employers to fill genuine specialty occupation shortages with highly skilled workers, not serving as a tool to cut labor costs at the expense of American workers, end quote. However, the National Foundation for American Policy concluded that the Department of Labor's proposed rule could be illegal. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Vincent University President Chuck Johnson has appointed Jackie Liederman as Provost, Vice President of Instructional Services, and Dean of Faculty. Liederman has served in an interim role since July of 2025. She succeeds Laura Triner, who left to accept a position as president of Virginia Western Community College. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.